Hi, this is Thomas Nigg at onocoy, and I'm going to walk you through the ONO Tokenomics. When we designed the tokenomics, we aimed at creating a system that is stable for years to come and provides the necessary incentives to get us through the critical startup phase. That translates into 4 principles. First, the system must be economically viable and attractive for all stakeholders. Second, users must have stable service prices. Reference station operators, also called miners, must have strong incentives to provide data in the quality and availability required by the users. And miners have to be considered as de facto small investors into the ecosystem, and hence they must participate in the long-term success of onocoy. This led us to a 2-token model with a capped deflationary ONO token and data credits for network utility payments. ONO drives miner incentives and governance, and the data credits are used for stable utility prices. So let's look at how value gets into the system. Well, onocoy sells data credits against fiat, and this creates a constant recurring revenue stream into the system. Data users then use these data credits to access the reference station data, and when doing so, data credits are burned. This closes the data credit loop. onocoy, on the other hand, rewards reference station operators with ONO depending on quality, availability, and location uniqueness. Now, what can reference stations operators do with these tokens? Well, unless they want to hodl them and speculate for upward price pressure on the token, they can sell them at a DEX and get fiat, or at least stable coins, in return for the tokens. Now, onocoy uses the revenues generated from the sale of data credits to finance its operation, and it may buy back ONO tokens from the exchange and use the fiat this way. Now, if onocoy buys back tokens, it will also burn a certain percentage, and this creates a deflationary element. This comes on top of a capped supply of only 810 million tokens that is released at a schedule prearranged with an annual deflationary factor of 16%, which translates into a halving schedule of 4 years. That means there are less and less tokens released, and because tokens are burned depending on the business volume onocoy generates, that creates a strong deflationary pressure on the token supply, so it makes it scarcer, and this in return leads to upward price pressure on the ONO price. So in a nutshell, ONO was designed with a capped supply and deflationary elements to create systematic long-term upward price pressure. This is the basis for miners, investors, and the team to contribute to onocoy while there is not yet enough revenue flowing into the system for break-even. However, in order to benefit from this upward price pressures, all the stakeholders mentioned before must take a sufficiently long-term perspective. Fortunately, onocoy has already generated first revenues, and it has bought back and burned first token, albeit on a smaller scale. This indicates that onocoy serves a real user need and creates a stable economy for this market.